Hello, Scorpio. This is going to be your solar eclipse energy for the next 6 months. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. This video is intended for all Scorpio sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Now, you may be watching this as a cross watcher of a Scorpio. Now, we're going to be looking at the energies around this solar eclipse on April 8th. Now, we have Mercury retrograde also coming into this energy from April 1st to April 24th. So that's really going to amplify the thoughts, the feelings, the communication, the intentions. Just be aware that it will be a very, very transformative time in your life. Now, Scorpio, you're not unfamiliar with transformation, right? You're the phoenix, death and rebirth, total transformation. Please keep in mind that there's another Mercury retrograde August 5th to 27th. So you'll have another round of, a focus on communication until our next solar eclipse on October 2nd, I believe. So the next 6 months is going to be interesting, but we are going to navigate it as best we possibly can. Now let's take a look at the overall themes and messages for your next 6 months. And we have, Archangel Metatron, Angel of the Divine Presence, miracles, powerful change, Akashic records, sudden shift, spiritual growth, and hyper-focus. I help you discover and develop your personal spiritual power and learn to use it to make a better world. This is telling you to act now. The next 3 months in particular, very, very important. Okay. I am so fascinated already because I do love Archangel Metatron. Let's take a look at the next message for you. Moon Maiden, new beginnings. Look at the mirroring here, 14 and 41. I don't know if those numbers resonate with you, but I mean, 1 plus 4 is 5. So big changes ahead for you, Scorpio. No surprise. Let's see what else you need to know. Discovery. It's like panning for gold here. Setting intentions. I love it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple layers here of cards. We're going to start with the layer of the sun. Now, in a solar eclipse, it is the moon that comes between the sun and the earth. So we're going to start with the sun's energy. This is like the I am energy. The moon energy is what is revealed. So let's take a look and see what we need to know. The Hierophant, spiritual ascension, commitment, studying and learning, methodical steps, healing. Scorpio, you're doing a lot of healing. The Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior. You've been through battle, and it's time that you congratulate yourself and recognize that you just got to keep on going. You've been through a lot. And maybe there's an element of forgiveness here, to the past. Now, temperance is patience, it's forgiveness. It can be reconciliation. Something is definitely brewing for you. Now, I would say you have 3 major arcana cards, which tells you that these are major themes for you. Let's see what else you need to know. 2 of Pentacles, you've got to simplify your life. Change is happening. You can't be taking on so much. Scorpios are also overgivers. They don't like to shut the door on something. They'll go to the very end, But sometimes it is necessary to move on. So change is here for you. And you got to move on to peace, calmer waters. I talked about this with Leo energy. So if you have any Leo placements, that might resonate with you. Now let's see what else. 4 of Pentacles, you got to be careful you're not holding yourself back. Something might be holding yourself back right now. Because that's the energy of all or nothing. I mean, listen, Scorpio energy is all or nothing. Interestingly, I just noticed you do have quite a bit of fixed energy in this reading because Taurus is the Hierophant. That is, stubbornness, fixed sign. Aquarius, fixed sign. Scorpio, fixed sign. This is an energy of extremes of giving time, love, or money. All or nothing, no in between. And the Queen of Swords, you got to make boundaries. You got to make boundaries. And the King of Swords. Wow, counterparts here. Interesting. Queen and King of Swords. Air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is basically telling you to be more logical and decisive and maybe even detach from your emotions a little bit. So let's see what the moon energy is. Let's look at what's being revealed with this eclipse in the next next 6 months. Oh, this card, I've seen it a million times today. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but I've seen it a lot. This is patience. Trust the process. And I'm going to repeat myself. It looks like the cacti are giving the finger to the universe, because who loves patience? Let's see. Okay, mystery. You know, it's interesting. We don't know what's on the other side of fear or change, but it could be the best thing that ever happened to you. And with that, we have changes. Yes, you've got to change the energy. You got to get out of that wounded warrior energy. Forgiveness. So there's a double message. You know, temperance, forgiveness. You got to forgive the past. It's hard for Scorpio sometimes to forgive. There is abundance here once you simplify your life. And that peace card, you're going to celebrate. Once you get to that level of peace, you're not going to look backwards. And yes, you're getting signs and synchronicities that I think are actually holding you back. Remember, when you see signs and synchronicities, yes, they're meaningful. Yes, they tell you things. But ultimately, in my opinion, they say, are you in the old, are you in the new? You got to release boundaries. There you go. Make boundaries and release. And have the courage to be logical, decisive, and make those moves forward. Okay, let's take some Divine Goddess Love cards. These are not necessarily focused on love, but they're really beautiful spiritual messages. So, treasure. Attract prosperity in every aspect. Law of attraction. What you put out is what you get back. Perspective. Being able to see all the facets. I will say this as a side note, Scorpio. I mean, we know that Scorpios are watchers. They observe, they spy, they keep tabs on people. Just be careful with that a little bit. You know, you don't want to focus too much on others. Focus on yourself. And release. Shed any attachments holding you back. This is my point. In order to have the new, you've got to release the old. And interesting, hidden. Reveal the beauty beneath the surface. You know, Scorpios are very good at hiding themselves or their emotions, and maybe it's time that you open yourself up. Okay, so let's get a Power of Surrender card to see what you need to surrender or surrender to. Surrender your ego. That's just fear. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Essentially, it's about being in fear and wearing a mask, and you don't need to be behind a mask. You know, you are loved. Don't stress. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to get a personalized eclipse reading from me, I offer one that is general and one for, you know, love connections. A little bit different format than this, but we'll give you some insight into what may be experiencing in the next 6 months. So, as always, I appreciate the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Please let me know how you're feeling or if this resonates with you. But again, thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing 6 months during this solar eclipse energy.